There was a lot of drama in the men's race at the T100 Dubai event recently.
He's missed the turn. Oh my God, he has missed transition.
It clearly upset the pro men as well as fans of triathlon, with some strong comments across the board, with many people saying that it's the end of the T100 series and that Ironman is the real winner. And this led to a video from the CEO of the PTO, Sam Renouf, where he confronted what happened.
It certainly has been quite a week, and not the weekend that we wanted to have by any sense of the word. We hold ourselves to a very high standard, and if we don't meet that standard, we're all very disappointed, both for ourselves, but also for the sport, right? Whether that's our fans, whether it's our hosts in Dubai, whether the athletes, those who come to the event, our sponsors, and we let the sport down last weekend, which we're very disappointed about and sorry for.
For anyone who didn't watch it, two major things happened in the men's race. The lead three, so Hayden, Martin, and Mattis, did an extra lap on the bike course, which seems like it was in part due to a bike GPS error showing the bike course coming up short, and then the athletes miscounting. And then in the run, the lap counter had some technology issues, meaning the athletes weren't sure how many laps they had done. This meant that the final outcome was based on the end of the 7th lap, with the podium being Morgan Cadwell-Pearson, Mika Newt, and Gregory Barnaby. It looks like the PTO asked the athletes to vote on the best outcome, which seems a fair way as possible to make amends to a bad situation. Overall, the outcome clearly sucks, for many reasons. You want it to be as fair as possible, and to see triathletes giving it everything and then seeing what happens. When you look at the rules, it is clear that it's the athlete's responsibility to count laps. So yes, that means it was Hayden, Martin, and Mattis's fault, if you want to put it that way. But on a technical multi-lap bike course, hot conditions, and athletes leaving it out there, you have to make it as clear as possible, and even help them out if you can. And there are many other sports that use things like final bells to try to make this clear. And exactly the same goes for the run. Yes, it's the athlete's responsibility, but when you have tech issues that screw it up, it's really, really hard to take. And it seems like I'm not the only one who thinks like this, with a lot of comments similar to this on social media. There was a social media post from Martin van Riel, who was clearly very angry about it and suggesting that pro triathletes will be heading to the Ironman Pro Series instead. But then you have pros who are more lenient with this, like Vincent Louis, who said this and gave really a balanced view. So here's what I think. The PTO fucked up massively. How the men's race unfolded was embarrassing, and they know that.
No one is more disappointed than us, and you can be sure that we'll be learning from the experience, that we don't see it happening again.
He knows they messed up, and it's clear that they want to improve.
We're looking at implementing a number of changes from these lots of different things that happen to us to, mitigate it and plan for the future.
Now, let's be real here. The PTO has helped raise the profile of triathlon enormously. It has made it much more visible in the public eye, which is fantastic for getting high quality, well-paying sponsors and being able to pay prize money to the athletes. The PTO also implemented amazing changes like maternity leave for female triathletes. So they have done so much good. And the T100 series is another competitor to Ironman, which is great because that helps keep the standards high. Or at least it should do. I raced at T100 London and I honestly had a brilliant day. I can't fault it. The organisation was fantastic. I had no issues during the race whatsoever. And realistically, Ironman has its faults too. The coverage on the pro races is often awful in terms of the broadcast itself and the amount of sponsor breaks. Prices are eye-watering and the new ranking system for age groupers has created more questions than it has answered. So here's my take. Yeah, the PTO or T100 series messed up here, and it is a huge shame, but it happens. However, the difference is that if you just shrug it off and act like nothing happened, then fine. people have a reason to be unhappy. But if you honestly want to try and you want to improve, then in my mind, that gives you another chance. We all love the sport and we want it to do well, and throwing the T100 series under a bus isn't going to help to do that. This just kind of reminds me of football fans, and it's a culture that I hate, where one week people love their team, their manager or a player, and then the next week they're slagging them off. It's so superficial and it doesn't do anything other than create negative energy. And in a situation when it's clear that no one is happy, it doesn't benefit anyone. Will I still personally support the T100 series and do a T100 race myself? Yeah. And based on my experience, I'd be happy to recommend them too. And do I think that overall the T100 series and the PTO are having a positive impact on the sport? Abso-fucking-lutely I do. Yeah, I want them to be better, but I believe they will be.